So the first place that I was staying at, I found it on the UQ rental site, which is a site by the university, which has a lot of third-party people looking to rent their place out. So I found it on there. Originally when I was talking to this guy told me it was $125 for the place. It had 2 bathrooms, 2 kitchens, and it sounded like a banger. Obviously, it sounded pretty amazing. I had seen a few pictures of how the place looked. But man, oh man, looking at pictures and how a place is in person, not the same at all. And I found this out basically. So when I went there, I talked to the guy. I was like, okay, I got there, I arrived. I was just like, this place doesn't look very good. I was basically in the basement of the house, and I kind of felt like it was a dungeon down there, so I wasn't trying to stay there long. So I was trying to get out of that place as soon as possible. So I was looking for places immediately on Gumtree. I was looking on UQ Rentals again, and basically any place that was kind of in the area I was trying to go to. Now on like the 3rd night, I think it was, when I was staying there, I went to bed kind of early, and this guy slid a note under my door, and it basically said that I owed him like 2 weeks rent, and he was trying to say $260. So the next morning I woke up. I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about this. And I told this guy, he told me it was $130 a week, and I was like, when we were talking in the emails, you told me it was $125 per week. So I'm giving you $125 right now, because I wasn't planning to stay for longer than a week because the place was terrible and just wasn't up to my standards. And he was like, oh, but you got to pay 2 weeks rent at a time. Once again, I went back in the email and I tried to tell him, oh, this is what it says in the email, I could pay weekly. And he was like, oh no, that's just for emergencies. So now this is 2 times where what he's telling me in person is different from what he had written in the email, because he said I had to pay $130 because there was some new house tax. Okay, that's not my problem. We discussed $125. You're not just pulling this number out your ass and trying to get me to pay it, and then you're trying to tell me that I gotta pay 2 weeks, when clearly in the emails we discussed, it said I could do weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Basically, I got out of that place after 4 days, and we had actually talked. This guy told me that if I got out of there in less than a week, he would give me back some of the money that I had paid. And then when I was leaving, this guy was like, oh, you stayed here 4 days. If it was 4 days in a hotel, that would be $30 a day, which is basically equal to what you're paid, so you're lucky you used me. I'm like, this motherfucker, I wanted to punch this guy in the face. Like, honestly, I wanted to just break him off in the face. Yeah. Okay, I'd like to welcome you all to this episode of MTV Cribs Australia. My new pad. Just showing you off a little bit. I still got a lot of unpacking to do. Got the bags down there on the floor. So this is my room, pretty spacious. Good enough room for me. I'm not complaining too much. Let's go out here into the hallway. So see, bathroom, shower, showers, and the toilets are kept separately in Australia for some reason. I'm not too sure. Let's continue out here. So this is the living room. You see my kicks there on the floor. So this is the TV. Got to hook my PS4 up to the TV eventually. Over here is the entrance. Another little sitting room. Got the couch here. Another little, I guess we're going to call this the sunroom. Got some nice openings out here. Windows. Get that fresh breeze flowing through. So we're going to continue onwards to the kitchen. Got another TV set up over here. I don't know if that really works though, but now we got the kitchen. So there's a couple of refrigerators in here, a little seating desk, breakfast nook type joint. Backyard out this way. So you see these refrigerators over here. This is my fridge. I got about half of it that I share with somebody else, I guess. Over here we got the pantry. I got my own shelf in this bitch. We're gonna open it up. Not really too much going on in there, I guess. That's the sink, stove, and that's pretty much it. That's the place right there. So I think it's an upgrade over where I was at.